Want to unlock your true potential and transform your life? In this video, we'll explore 5 powerful principles from Carl Jung that can lead to profound personal growth and self-awareness. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more life-changing insights. 1. Embrace your shadow. Understanding the shadow. The shadow is a concept introduced by Carl Jung, and it refers to the unconscious parts of our personality that we tend to reject or repress. These parts can be negative traits like anger, jealousy, or fear, but they can also include positive traits we've suppressed or ignored due to cultural or personal conditioning. The shadow contains everything we aren't aware of, but that still influences our behavior. It's essentially a collection of thoughts, feelings, and impulses that we don't want to acknowledge about ourselves, often because they don't align with our ideal self-image. Why you should embrace the shadow. The more we deny or reject the shadow, the more power it has over us. It might show up in your life as repressed emotions, self-destructive behaviors, or even projections onto others. When we're unaware of these unconscious patterns, they tend to control us, leading to internal conflict and unresolved issues. Embracing your shadow doesn't mean glorifying negative traits or giving in to them. It's about acknowledging and accepting that these parts of you exist. By doing this, you stop letting them unconsciously dictate your actions. You begin the process of integrating your shadow, which leads to personal growth and wholeness. The power of integration. Integrating your shadow means bringing those hidden aspects of yourself into conscious awareness and learning to accept and express them in healthy ways. This process is crucial for achieving self-awareness and personal development. By confronting the aspects of yourself you've repressed, you stop projecting them onto others, making your relationships healthier and more authentic. For example, if you find yourself consistently irritated by a friend's arrogance, it could be a sign that you have a part of yourself, perhaps the same arrogance, that you're not acknowledging. Instead of judging the other person, use this as an opportunity for self-reflection. Ask yourself why you're triggered and explore whether this trait exists within you. This awareness will help you understand both your reactions and your deeper desires. How to embrace your shadow. Self-reflection. Pay attention to the parts of yourself you've been ignoring or denying. This can be anything from behaviors, feelings, to fears you've buried. Reflect on your reactions and ask yourself why certain things trigger you. Journaling. Journaling is an excellent tool for confronting the shadow. Write down your thoughts and emotions, especially those you're uncomfortable with. By expressing them on paper, you begin the process of acknowledging and understanding them. Facing the fear. Fear is one of the biggest barriers to embracing the shadow. It's scary to face parts of yourself that you don't like, but it's essential for growth. Acknowledge that your shadow isn't something to fear. It's part of you, and it has valuable lessons to teach you. Therapy and support. Working with a therapist can help you navigate your shadow. A skilled professional can guide you through the process of self-discovery and provide support as you integrate those parts of yourself. Benefits of embracing the shadow. When you embrace your shadow, you begin to experience the benefits of self-awareness, emotional freedom, and personal growth. You become less judgmental of yourself and others as you recognize that everyone has a shadow. Instead of running from it, you learn to integrate it into your life, leading to more harmonious relationships and a stronger sense of self. Furthermore, embracing your shadow helps you become more authentic. You no longer have to hide behind the mask of perfection or suppress aspects of your personality that make you unique. By acknowledging your darker traits, you can begin to express them in positive, constructive ways. This leads to emotional healing and a deeper connection with your true self. Embracing your shadow isn't an easy task. It requires courage and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself. But it's a transformative process that will lead you to a more authentic, empowered, and whole version of yourself. Remember, the shadow isn't your enemy. It's a part of you waiting to be acknowledged, understood, and integrated. By doing so, you will unlock new levels of self-awareness, emotional freedom, and personal growth. 2. Unlock your potential through self-awareness. Self-awareness is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth. It's the ability to understand your thoughts, emotions, and actions, and how they influence your life. By becoming self-aware, you unlock the key to your true potential. For example, imagine you're always frustrated in team meetings. Self-awareness allows you to ask, why am I reacting this way? You might discover that it's not the team's ideas that upset you, but a deeper fear of not being heard. Understanding this helps you focus on communicating your thoughts more clearly instead of reacting with frustration. Self-awareness helps you identify your strengths and weaknesses. It gives you clarity about who you are and what you want in life. Take someone who is great at problem solving but avoids leadership roles. By becoming self-aware, they might realize that they have a fear of taking charge, but they're also capable of leading effectively. This awareness encourages them to step into leadership roles with more confidence. The journey to self-awareness begins with self-reflection. Ask yourself questions like, why did I react that way? What is driving my actions? Or what do I truly want in life? For example, after a disagreement with a colleague, you might reflect and realize that your reaction was fueled by insecurity rather than the actual issue at hand. This insight helps you respond differently next time. Another powerful practice for self-awareness is mindfulness. Being present in the moment helps you observe your thoughts without judgment. For example, you might be feeling stressed about an upcoming presentation. Instead of letting anxiety control you, mindfulness helps you observe your feelings and let them go, allowing you to perform at your best. You can also increase self-awareness by seeking feedback from others. Sometimes, those around us see things that we miss. For example, a friend might tell you that you often interrupt others during conversations. Recognizing this feedback can help you improve your communication and relationships. By becoming more self-aware, you build emotional intelligence, improve your relationships, and make better decisions. You'll also experience greater confidence as you align your actions with your authentic self. In the end, self-awareness is about being true to who you are, embracing your strengths and weaknesses, and creating a life that truly reflects your values. The more you understand yourself, the more you unlock your potential and move closer to the life you deserve. 3. Trust your inner voice. Trusting your inner voice is about listening to that deep, intuitive guidance inside you, your instincts, feelings, and inner wisdom. Often, we get caught up in the opinions of others or societal expectations, but your inner voice is a powerful compass that can lead you to make decisions that align with your true self. For example, imagine you're considering a big career change. On one hand, your friends and family might suggest a more secure path, but deep down, your inner voice tells you to take a risk and pursue your passion. Trusting that inner voice might feel scary, but by listening to it, you're following what resonates most with your values and desires. Many people have taken such leaps and found fulfillment by trusting their intuition. Your inner voice doesn't always speak loudly. It might appear as a quiet feeling or a sense of knowing. It's often the gut feeling you get when you're faced with a decision. For instance, when you're in a situation that doesn't feel right, your body may send signals like tension or discomfort. That's your inner voice signaling that something is off, and it's worth paying attention to. The challenge is learning to differentiate between your inner voice and the noise of self-doubt or fear. Often, we mistake fear for intuition. For example, you might feel an initial hesitation before an important decision, but it's crucial to distinguish if that hesitation is coming from a place of fear or genuine intuition. Trusting your inner voice means you're courageous enough to step past those fears and take the path that aligns with your authentic self. The first step in trusting your inner voice is silencing the external noise. Take time to disconnect from distractions, whether it's social media, other people's opinions, or your own negative self-talk. For example, when you're facing a big decision, spend time alone in reflection or meditation. This helps you tune into your inner wisdom and makes it easier to hear what your heart truly wants. Another way to strengthen your connection with your inner voice is through mindfulness. Practice being present in the moment, observing your thoughts without judgment. This allows you to recognize your true desires and feelings. For example, when making decisions, Ask yourself, what feels right for me, rather than focusing on external validation. Trusting your inner voice requires courage. It's not always easy to listen to that quiet voice inside you, especially when it contradicts the opinions of others or goes against the norm. But the more you trust yourself, the more confident and clear your inner voice will become. Ultimately, trusting your inner voice is about trusting yourself. It's about believing in your ability to make the right decisions and knowing that your instincts are there to guide you toward the life you truly want to live. 4. Seek individuation. Individuation is the process of becoming your true, unique self. It's about integrating all aspects of who you are, your conscious and unconscious, your light and shadow, into a harmonious whole. Carl Jung believed that individuation is the path towards self-actualization, where you can fully embrace your potential and live authentically. For example, imagine you've spent most of your life trying to fit into societal molds, perhaps choosing a career or lifestyle based on what others expected of you. But deep inside, you feel disconnected from your true self. Seeking individuation means recognizing this disconnect and deciding to live according to your own values and desires, regardless of outside pressures. It's about finding what resonates with you on a deep level and letting go of anything that no longer serves your authentic self. Individuation isn't a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. For instance, let's say you've always been a people pleaser. Individuation means recognizing that this behavior is driven by fear of rejection or a desire for approval. As you go through the process, you might start learning to set boundaries and say no when needed, which can be uncomfortable at first, but liberating in the long run. The key to individuation is self-awareness. You must understand your strengths, weaknesses, and hidden desires. For example, if you're someone who feels uncomfortable with authority, you might feel resentment towards your boss, but not fully understand why. Through introspection and self-awareness, you might discover that this reaction comes from past experiences, such as an overbearing parent. By understanding this, you can begin to work through it and create healthier relationships with authority figures. Another part of individuation is integrating the unconscious. We all have aspects of ourselves that we repress or ignore, our shadow side, as Jung called it. For example, you might have a creative side that you've ignored because it didn't seem practical. Seeking individuation means acknowledging and nurturing these neglected parts of yourself. It could mean finally pursuing that creative hobby you've always loved, or changing your career to something that aligns more closely with your passions. Individuation also involves accepting contradictions within yourself. You are not a one-dimensional being, and it's important to accept that you can be both strong and vulnerable, confident and uncertain, kind and assertive. For example, you may be someone who enjoys solitude but also craves deep connections with others. Instead of feeling conflicted, individuation encourages you to accept both sides of yourself and allow them to coexist. The journey of individuation can be challenging. It requires courage to face your fears, self-compassion to accept your flaws, and patience to allow the process to unfold. But as you grow into your true self, you'll experience more fulfillment, inner peace, and a sense of wholeness. Ultimately, seeking individuation is about embracing your authenticity, shedding societal expectations, and becoming the person you were always meant to be. 5. Harness the power of your inner archetypes. In Carl Jung's psychology, archetypes are universal patterns or symbols that exist within the collective unconscious of all humans. These archetypes influence your behavior, thoughts, and emotions, shaping the way you experience the world. By understanding and harnessing the power of your inner archetypes, you can unlock new levels of self-awareness and personal growth. For example, imagine you often find yourself in a caretaker role, whether in relationships or at work. You may naturally embody the caregiver archetype, nurturing others and putting their needs first. While this can be a wonderful quality, it's important to recognize if this archetype is being overused, causing you to neglect your own needs. By acknowledging the caregiver within you, you can learn to balance caring for others with caring for yourself. Another common archetype is the warrior, which embodies strength, courage, and determination. If you find yourself being overly competitive or aggressive in situations, It might be because the warrior archetype is dominating your behavior. By understanding the warrior within, you can learn to channel its energy constructively, using it to pursue your goals with resilience without overwhelming others. Archetypes also help you recognize and embrace your inner strengths. For example, if you feel drawn to artistic expression, you might be tapping into the creator archetype, which symbolizes imagination and innovation. By nurturing this archetype, you can unlock your creative potential and bring new ideas to life, whether in your personal or professional life. To harness the power of your inner archetypes, the first step is awareness. Start by identifying which archetypes resonate with you. Do you relate to the explorer, always seeking new experiences, or the sage who seeks wisdom and knowledge? Recognizing these archetypes helps you understand the motivations behind your actions. Next, balance your archetypes. Each archetype has its strengths, but when overused, it can lead to imbalance. For instance, the ruler archetype seeks control and order, but when overactive, it may lead to rigidity and a lack of flexibility. By understanding this, you can allow other archetypes, like the lover or jester, to emerge, helping you maintain harmony in your life. The key to harnessing the power of your inner archetypes is integration. This means embracing not just your dominant archetypes, but also the ones that may be hidden or underdeveloped. For example, if you have a strong hero archetype but have neglected the lover, you might work on fostering deeper emotional connections with others, bringing more warmth and empathy into your life. By harnessing your inner archetypes, you can align your behavior with your true nature, making decisions that feel more authentic and purposeful. The more you understand these archetypes, the better equipped you are to navigate life's challenges with clarity and confidence. In the end, archetypes are not just abstract concepts, they are powerful tools for self-discovery. By learning to work with them, you unlock the hidden potential within yourself, allowing you to live a more fulfilling and authentic life. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Your support helps us create more content that helps you unlock your true potential. Thanks for watching,